Stacey.
I'm Bryan.
Today we're reviewing
Feast
from 2005.
or 2005, as we would have said it back then.
Yeah, I still do.
Feast is a very low-budget
Tell me about it. Movie.
monster movie. Yeah. The plot to Feast is pretty simple. People are at a bar having a good time, and then a bunch of disgusting, crazed, man-eating monsters show up.
I don't know what they are. I don't know where they came from. All I do know is that these fuckers are fast, nasty, and hungry. And there's four of them. They got claws like Ginsu knives and more teeth than a chainsaw.
So there's a lot of characters in this movie, and the movie right away sets up each character with like their name, how they're gonna die, what they do for a living. That's about it.
Yeah, it comes up with essentially like a stat list, as if they were like an RPG character. There are so many characters in this movie.
There's Bozo.
He's the shitty guy that's always making fun of people who you think's gonna die right away. He's a womanizer. He ends up being the hero. Grandma.
She's just an old lady that hangs out at the bar.
There's one fun part where arguably the main character is trying to figure out where the monsters come from, and he asks this old woman, and he's like, "Tell us, come on, you're old. Old people know things, like legends."
She's like, all I know is I love whiskey.
Then she goes into a closet for a while.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to her. We got Hot Wheels.
He's a kid in a wheelchair who's also good at making bombs or mechanical stuff. Then you got Tuffy.
She's a prostitute with a young son, and she does her prostitute business while her son has headphones on in the next room.
Boss Man is having sex with his employee, who's his prostitute also, and he doesn't care that people are getting shot. He's just caring that they're messing up his bar.
Doesn't care that she's not into it or that her son's listening.
Then we have Honey Pie.
She's like a hot model actress type that wants to move to California, but right now she's stuck dealing with these monsters. And when she gets the opportunity to get in a car and leave with plenty of room for her friends, doesn't take them. She goes by herself.
She's fucking leaving.
Coach is a life coach. Also, a guy who cheats on his wife. That's played by Henry Rollins, which is kind of fun. He's constantly trying to motivate everybody to act against these monsters, pretty much to disastrous results every time.
Think outside the box. We need to scare them. We need to scare them back. We just need to show them that we are not vulnerable, that we are formidable.
But who's going to motivate him to act better in this movie?
And there's Bartender.
He's an old man, tends the bar, doesn't really want a lot of trouble, but he gets some.
Then there's Beer Guy.
Played by Judah Friedlander, the only actor I recognize from this movie. He plays just a stupid guy that brings beer to the bar and gets stuck there when the monsters attack. And he probably has the worst time. He gets vomited on by the monster and spends the rest of the movie rotting to death.
I feel like in this movie he keeps constantly saying like, guys, I need help. Someone take me to the hospital. And everyone's like, calm down, calm down. He's like, no one cares about me. No one cares. And to be fair, I think he's right. Like, no one seems to care that he's like straight up rotting, melting, growing maggots out of his eyes. Everyone's like, well, that's gross, but you should deal with that alone. Like,
To be fair, he was annoying from the beginning.
that doesn't mean you just let the dude maggot rot.
True. There's Edgy Cat.
Played by Jason Mewes. He's also named Jason Mewes in the movie. He gets his face torn off by a little baby monster and then dies.
Nice. Harley Mom.
She's like a badass biker chick, and it does not go well for her. It may be the worst.
Probably worse for her leg.
Yeah.
Monster eats it.
Also fucks her mouth.
The monster, not her other leg.
Her leg gets up and fucks her mouth.
There's Vet.
He dies immediately. You don't need to get to know him.
And Cody.
Cody, he's a little kid. They're not going to kill a little kid in this movie.
No. They would never do that.
You have Heroin.
She's the significant other of the hero. She also comes in saying she's going to save the day, which she does a pretty good job of for a while, but she does too.
Then there's the hero. He's the guy that shows up at the beginning, tells everyone about the monsters, shows up like a real big badass, like from a Terminator movie, come with me if you want to live kind of guy. And then he dies Immediately.
I'm the guy that's gonna save your ass.
One thing I do like about this movie is that people who act selfishly tend to live, which I kind of feel like is how it would be in those types of situations. The guy who doesn't want to go outside to help anyone is going to live longer than the guy that decides to go outside and expose himself.
That's true. At the same time, I kind of didn't care for anybody in the movie. Like, I didn't care who lived or died because they were all pretty much bad people, except the good ones that died right away.
Like
so it was
that
like,
kid.
I don't care what happens to these people. I'm not watching this anymore. I watched it all. I really did.
The plot's pretty straightforward. They're just trying to board up every exit and window so that the monsters can't come in. It's them constantly trying to think of other ways to escape and then remembering ways that the monsters might be able to get in. And that's pretty much it. It's standard fare for that type of movie. You can kill the monsters, but it takes a lot of bullets. It took like 5 handgun bullets and 2 up-close shotgun bullets to kill the baby one.
And a lot of casualties in the process.
Yeah.
The monsters, though, are very sexual creatures.
Oh, yeah.
They will do it with about anything they find. They definitely have a preference. They prefer other monsters first. Then I would say female amputee women's mouths. And then taxidermy deer heads.
It's close, really. Those
Yeah,
things
I
are all
mean-
close.
They'll just take whatever's there. But if they had to choose.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird forced sex stuff in here.
One's entire dick and balls gets cut off.
Yeah, they castrate one of the monsters because it gets stuck in a door. I guess it was running with its junk out when they slammed the door.
They're confident.
Yeah, they're very confident, these monsters. One scene is the culmination of this big plan they have to distract the monsters. They've put a bunch of bombs on top of the dead, amputated leg woman, and they're going to throw her outside, and then they'd explode the bombs, which is going to kill/distract the monsters. Except right before they do it...
They realize she's alive!
Yeah. Then they have that moral dilemma of, should we help her out of this, or should we just...
Let's just get
It's all set up. So they throw her out there. And let me just say, check out the unrated version of this movie, because it's got a couple extra seconds that are, make you do a spit take. I liked how it didn't follow the tropes of all the other horror movies, right? That it didn't paint by numbers, because different people lived. You didn't know who was going to live or die, which I liked. But the budget sucks. The acting isn't super great. And the writing is not super great. And also, it just seems at points to be gross just to be gross. Didn't need that.
I don't want to watch it again.
So we're not going to recommend this movie.
No. I really don't think I could recommend anything about it. I'm sorry, feast makers.
I think it could be fun if you were with friends and you realized this movie's not great. It's shitty enough that with a couple beers this would be fun.
I don't know, it's not even like bad enough to be fun though. I'm all about a bad movie, but it's just kind of like a movie. Sorry, I've never made a movie, I don't know.
I think I'm going to give this a thumbs up with an asterisk. It's a good movie if you're with your friends and you're drinking and you know what you're watching.
I would say it's not good. So why don't you guys let us know what you think about this movie in the comment section. And subscribe to our channel and see what other movies we'd like to talk about.
Yeah, just subscribe below and let us know what you think. Also, check out the other Feast sequels, which get effing crazy. She never will. Thanks.
Bye! Put that weird dance in.